Hey, how are you? Thank you. Thanks for stopping in and saying hi. I thought I'd just pop on and be here. Here, I'll show you my plants. Let's see. My babies. I don't know if you can see it. I got my cucumber growing here. Oh, I'm glad. I try and stay positive. What have you been up to? You always have like the fanciest meals. Your content, top notch. Ooh, how's work going? Oh, you're welcome. All right. Thanks for stopping in and saying hi. I appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of work. Well, hello from Vegas. I'm just relaxing. The noise is probably me tapping the screen. How's your day going? Thanks. I'm enjoying a day off, so I hope work's going well for you. Any fun plans for your weekend? Ooh, well, enjoy this trip. Oh, hi. I'm doing good. How have you been? Thanks for the gift. You're so sweet. You're gonna go out to eat? That will be fun. How is everybody? Alright, time to do a little bit of tarot. Thank you for the heart me. If you're here, feel free to tap the screen and share. Gonna get into a collective reading. Thanks for the gifts. Gonna be doing a collective reading. So put in your questions for the collective reading. Alright, what does the collective need to know? I think this top one's kind of popping up. Ooh, art card. So we've got creatives with us. It's time for the collective to start making art. Hierophant. It's time to take leadership in creating art. I almost shuffled the deck, like, so part of it was upside down. So the collective is got mixed feelings about being a leader. Seeker, Child of Wands. We're used to being in a state of innocence, and that's why it's hard for us to believe that it's time to take leadership. The Star. We are the star of our journey. Or the star of our own journey. The universe is in our hands as long as we act upon our own brilliance. The Ace of Crystals. Eight of Wands. We are working in harmony with our own self and the people around us. Ooh, with the Lovers underneath that. Are you in love with yourself? Are you in love with your life? Are you in love with the journey that you're on? Eight of Cups. We've been a little bit stagnant lately. There's a difference between resting and stagnation. But with the Two of Cups, we have equilibrium around the corner. And that falls in with the loving ourselves, loving our path, loving the journey that we're on. And we're back. Welcome in. Regenerator, Sage of Cups. You're able to regenerate very quickly, whether that's a new life or new projects. We have the Strength card. You rely on your strength to see you through. Three of Cups, Love. Once again, we got the Love and the Lovers coming up in this reading. Ooh. Once again, are you in love with yourself? Are you in love with your journey? Are you in love with where you're at? If so, you have love coming in for you. Child of Worlds, player. Be playful with where you are. Be playful with your path. And you'll be able to get rid of confusion. Six of Crystals. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the follow. Play around. Get in touch with your inner child. You'll get rid of the confusion in your life. You are the preserver of your worlds. Woman of worlds. And that playful energy helps you preserve where you've been while moving forward. Love and Strength are the big messages in this reading. I love when those cards come out. Let's pull an oracle card, shall we? We'll pull Wisdom of the Trees. Ooh, a bunch of cards fell out for this one. What do the trees have to teach us today? What do the trees have to teach us? We have giant redwood. I am renowned for my stateliness and my awe-inspiring size. I am majestic, and I can teach you how to attain your potential too, so that you are able to create your own power in the world and express your true self. The giant redwood is one of the most splendid trees in the arboreal kingdom and is particularly noted for its immense girth and longevity, with some giant redwoods thought to be at least 2,000 years old. The groves in which the giant redwoods grow in California were once the province of the Native Americans who would undoubtedly have revered the trees, although details of their mythological significance have been lost. The trees were an important source of medicine, and today the United Homa Nation of Louisiana uses infusions of the inner bark to treat jaundice. Do not underestimate yourself, either in terms of your natural abilities or your unique personality. You have so much to offer the world that there is no need to feel inadequate or to lack self-confidence. Let me show you the way. Giant redwood. I think I'm going to pull a card from another deck as well. Earth Magic Oracle. Thank you for the follow. First card, Eagle Communion. Eagle Communion. Here the man and the eagle make contact through their eyes and spirits. The man has performed a ceremonial calling to Eagle Brother, who now comes to him as a familiar friend. It's an intimate relationship between human being and feathered being, one of both spirit and flesh. Yes, it's ultimately this deep spiritual kinship that connects them, formed from their recognition of the sacredness of this bond. Eagle spirit is often associated with the highest and noblest, encouraging us to let our spirits soar. Through this communion, we know that we can touch the sky. We know that we can be more than just two-legged creatures clinging to the ground. We're intimately related to all of life on the planet, and it's through communing with any expression of life that we realize how vitally connected we all are. Whenever you experience a heartfelt communion with some physical expression of life, plant, animal, human, or anything else, It is only then that you can truly feel how your life force is similar to the life force that is all around you. It is only a matter of the differences in form, an essence in articulated in the physical world in a multitude of ways that is the same in everything and everyone, although it manifests in various shapes and characteristics. This essence is spirit emanating from the core of all things. Communion with nature is essential for you now. Take some time to do an open-eyed meditation with any nearby animal or plant. Relax your body as much as possible. Breathe consciously and keep your attention on the life form you are communing with. After a few moments, you will notice a sense of the boundaries dissolving, a melding of the I and thou. You may even receive messages or impressions as you find yourself in the flow of unspoken communication. We'll pull one more from this deck. Ooh, autumnal equinox release right around the corner for us. In many areas of the world, deciduous trees prepare for the winter and conserve their energy by contracting their life force. That is, they release their leaves, which have required the rays of the sun and nourishment from the earth in order to maintain robust growth and appearance. It's not a decision the trees make, at least not in the usual sense. Instead, it's a natural response to the decreasing cycle of light that sets up the gradual and steady release of the tree's leaves. How remarkable it is that these trees, and for that matter, all of Earth Mother's children, simply know what to do with the changes in climate. Although this seasonal shift appears to be a death of sorts, it's only a preparation for the next cycle of life, one that will naturally follow the more extreme contraction of winter as an aspect of life, death, rebirth cycle that we find represented in so many different ways. Now is the time to let anything in your life fall away that is no longer useful or needed for the emerging expression of who you are. Allow yourself to gradually shed what has become burdensome and no longer congruent with your soul's purpose. Conserve your energy by allowing yourself more rest while at the same time making preparations for the winter season. Look especially at your material possessions and be brutally honest with yourself as you discern which of these can be given away or somehow released. Consider shedding relationships that have served their purpose and are no longer viable, as well as work or a job that has become devoid of interest and passion. With release comes a sense of being much lighter, just like the trees that openly bear their nakedness, once their leaves have departed and given room for whatever new life is ready to birth following a period of quiet and gestation. So let go of whatever has outlived its purposefulness and trust that something else will take its place. That was autumnal equinox. The autumn equinox. Oh, next card, love, compassion. Love keeps coming up in this reading. In the beautiful image, we see hands reaching towards each other through a heart. The green field surrounding them is the color of the fourth, or heart chakra. It's when we feel love in our heart center that we not only naturally emit the healing energy of compassion, but we also attract love and compassion. We attract love and compassion. Studies by the HeartMath Institute reveal that the electrical signals from the heart are up to 60 times stronger than the brain's, and magnetic field is as much as 5,000 times more powerful. It's a given that our thinking patterns affect our feelings and in turn our reality. What we put out, whether it's love, fear, empathy, sadness, and so forth, contains an incredible amount of power to shape and influence our reality. When the focus of our attention and intention is love and compassion, we recognize no separation between self and others. All wounds stem from illusion of separation from source and all of creation. The route to healing this wound is through cultivating love and compassion for every being on this planet, including yourself. Not a bland standard of unquestioned acceptance, but a heartfelt sense of profound relatedness to whatever you perceive as part of yourself. True compassion requires not only the feeling of warmth that emanates when you are in touch with your heart center, but in acts of kindness, even if this simply means being a fully attentive listener. Respect the fact that your heart is a giver, putting out electrical energy, and a receiver, drawing in magnetic energy. These energies are best sensed by attending to the steady flow of your breathing while also noticing your heart area. Righteousness, fear, anger, and judgment are some common ways to block your natural desire to love. Forgiveness is not only letting go of judgment, but also seeing through the illusion that you and all that is are separate. Look about you and inside of you and do your best to love whatever you see. Well, Sheila, I hope that relationship works out for you. I say have fun. Let's see, the card I pulled is Cave, Sanctuary. So this one's for you, Sheila. As the sun sets, the crescent of the new moon appears in the distance as this ancestral human creates his art, painting on the walls of the cave with colors drawn from Earth's substances. The fire warms him, and the cave shelters him and provides a refuge from the rest of the world. With its womb-like structure, it only offers sanctuary, but also serves as a temple that houses his creative spirit, which eventually gives birth in the physical form of his artwork. Note how absorbed he is in the process. He no doubt has prepared for this creative ceremony by getting the fire going, mixing the colors, and gathering his sacred objects. His painting an image of a sacred spiral, one of the most ancient symbols ever discovered. It's been depicted in artwork found in a variety of cultures and occurs frequently in nature in exquisite mathematical proportions, such as in the shape of a nautilus shell. It also shows up in burial sites around the world, representing the endless spiral of life, death, rebirth. The grand and complex mystery so elegantly portrayed in a simple circular pattern. There is a quiet, still place inside of you that will always be available as a sanctuary. Yet finding such a space in the natural world will enhance and complement this internal place of peace. Whether it is a cave, meadow, forest, seashore, or any other setting in nature, this is where you can see, hear, and feel the presence of the Creator in your surroundings. Let it become a temple for your heart and soul. Rather than having your computer, television, or any other human-made device or activity by your sanctuary, allow yourself to discover the perfect place in nature where you can simply be and breathe. Doing so bridges the connection between the internal and external, facilitating a spiritual communication that allows your being to be aligned in dramatic and quiet reverie with all that is. In today's busy world, it becomes even more critical to set aside time for sanctuary, even if you have to schedule it. So make time for sanctuary for yourself. That's where you will find your answers. Trust your intuition. You're welcome. Whale Breach. Let's read that one. This is the Earth Magic Oracle deck. This powerful creature of the ocean takes a few great sweeps with his fins and propels himself briefly out of the water where he spends the majority of his life. He's taking a break from the ordinary earth element in which he lives to exist, even for a few moments in the realm of blue skies and sun, having broken through the skin of the ocean in a magnificent display of fullness and strength. All baleen whales breach, but none more spectacularly than the humpbacks. Considered the acrobats of this family. They arch, stretch, and twist their bodies even as they approach the surface of the water in what may be an ancient mating ritual, a form of communication, or even a way to remove parasites. In this image, the humpback whale that has burst out of the ocean expresses an almost palpable feeling of release and joy. Often when we manage to change our environment to break through illusionary blockages, we experience an intense feeling of relief and can let go of any previously held fears and assumptions of what would happen once we did overcome that barrier, whether it's material, emotional, or mental. Simply getting away from the trance of technology for a few hours and spending that time in nature is a breach from the trappings of civilization that can suffocate us and prevent us from connecting to Earth. It is time to take a break. Not just a coffee break, but a respite from the usual environment you find yourself in. That trip you wanted to take? Go for it. Tired of being indoors? Make it a point to get outside. You have become so attached to your surroundings that you have created within them an illusion of safety. Yet it is not these things that make you feel safe. Rather, the familiarity you have imbued in your surroundings have generated this false sense of security. Taking time away from the familiar is literally about changing your external environment in a significant way, such as doing something unusual or perhaps something you've always wanted to experience. Another perspective is breaking through the barrier of beliefs that have constricted you in any way from being who you truly are. This is your opportunity to do some intentional breaching of these thought patterns, which will open you to different worlds and perspectives. That was from the Earth Magic Oracle card deck. I'm going to pull some color cards now. What is the collective's color for the day? Oh, Dandelion Wish. This is really beautiful yellow. Let's make a wish on the dandelion. Fairy magic. There is a fairy card in this deck, so I'm going to go ahead and read that as well. This is right after the Eagle card. Fairies, Earth Magic. Fairies are nature spirits thought to be descended from the early tribes, particularly the Tuatha De Danann, those associated with the goddess Dana, who once ruled Ireland, that inhabited the British Isles. Over time, these ancient people were conquered and displaced, and they fled to areas where humans didn't venture, ultimately becoming increasingly smaller and less visible in order to better hide themselves. Fairies have assumed responsibility for the plants and trees, or standing ones. They work with earth magic to take care of these beings, and if you ask, they'll help you with your garden or yard. They also have the power of enchantment and shape-shifting. Fairies appreciate it when we show them through our actions that we love the earth as much as they do, and consequently, they bestow a little of their earth magic upon us. You have the same power available to you as the fairies do. It starts with loving the earth through your heartfelt gratitude and appreciation, but more important, through your actions. The fairies can help you reconnect in a more intimate way with the earth, and all they require is your willingness to pay attention to the trees and plant life around you and demonstrate you care. Whether you live in a small space or have an expanse of land, make it a point to be especially attentive to your surrounding vegetation. Plant something, get your hands in the dirt, and do so with love and enthusiasm. Every flower, tree, or shrub you are tending is a living being, so treat each like you would a dear friend. Ask the fairies to help you take care of these friends, and you will be rewarded many times over. Well, that's my reading for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate everyone who's been here. Are there any last requests before I take off? Any last card request pulls? Dreamtime Creation. I think this one's for you, Dreamtime Creation. This is from the Earth Magic Oracle deck. For the Aborigines of Australia, the dream time is a place before time and outside of time in which ancestral spirit beings came to Earth and gave all of life its form. Once the work was done, these spirits remained in the very forms they created, including the animals, hills, stars, and other features of the land, and continue to be present today. The dream time is an individual's or group's spiritual template, including songs and stories that have been handed down for at least 60,000 years, although Aborigines would say that they've existed since the beginning of time. In one such tradition, there's a creation story involving the didgeridoo, which is essentially a hollowed-out log that emits a droning sound when played. In this card, we see that a spirit man plays the didgeridoo. The world is sung into existence. Note the various beings and colors and structures of the land that are being created, all carrying spirit that has been breathed into them. Close your eyes, tune into your breathing, and allow yourself to sink deeply into the heart of the living creation that you are. As you notice your breath becoming steady and slightly deeper than usual, observe the urge within you that is begging to come forth in some creative action. Pay attention to any images, sounds, or feelings that beckon your awareness. And there you will find the key as to the manner in which to express this magnificent pulse. Your breath is the crossover between spirit and physical reality. Breathing comfortably and steadily helps you align yourself with spirit, which then brings a clearer focus on what creative expression is preparing to be birthed through and from you. Discard any habitual thought patterns that would prevent the manifestation of what you are being prompted to bring forth. Allow yourself to take risks with this self-expression, and all of creation will smile upon you. So, sing your reality into existence. Co-create with the universe in the dream time space. This is such a beautiful deck. Oh, Will came out again. Thank you for following me. Ocean, ebb and flow. And I'm going to pull a color card for you before I move on to the next card. Whoa! Rainwater. Let the rain fall down and wake my dreams. Let it wash away my sanity. I don't know. Hopefully that resonated. Dance in the rain next time you get the choice or the chance. Ocean, ebb and flow. The ebb and flow of life is never more clearly represented than in the ocean's movements. The tides of these great bodies of water rise and fall in regular rhythms, and the waves continue to roll to the shores in the endless varied patterns, just as they have been doing for millions of years and will continue to do for millions more. These tides and waves maintain a relative predictability unless other unforeseeable forces of nature intervene, which have been known to happen. Hurricanes and earthquakes, for instance, can have a dramatic effect on the characteristics of both the tides and the waves. The oceans cover 70% of the earth, and the human body averages a composition of 70% water. The dynamic gravitational interaction of the sun and moon that moves these massive bodies of water and creates the shifting tides also affects our human bodies in ways that we respond to instinctually, often having a great deal more influence over our moods and emotional states than we're aware of. An important aspect in the art of living is to move with the ebb and flow of your emotions, joining their fluidity but not being captured by it. It is also not necessary to become obsessed with any particular fluctuation in mood or feeling. They are simply emotions, often activated in ways that are completely beyond our understanding. When you neither minimize nor exaggerate the intensity and importance of your emotions, you then have a greater sense of when and how to express them. You have been fighting the ebb and flow of your own feelings, denying your hurt, anger, or sorrow by either attaching yourself to one or the other and nurturing it as if it were a nursing child, or else smoothing over your feelings with more practiced responses that deny and hide what is going on beneath the surface of your expression. When you attempt to constrict yourself from experiencing your emotions, it is much like trying to stem the tides that grow even more forceful with every attempt humans make to control them. Allow yourself to swim with these variations rather than resisting them. So allow yourself to swim with your emotions. They're a gift, a guiding force. Deep Merlot. Our emotions are a deep Merlot. The color of them, anyway. Don't drown your emotions in a deep Merlot. Just let yourself sit with your emotions. Ride the waves. We're going to pull from the Starseed Oracle deck. I appreciate everyone who's here liking the live. I love the Starseed Oracle deck. The blue flame. Spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. Ooh. All right. This is a card of awakening and energetic upgrades. Perhaps you're going through a period of spontaneous awakening, receiving visions, and having experiences that are out of the ordinary. In the West, little is known about the process of spontaneous awakening, and it can feel very scary when we're going through it alone. Elsewhere, they can be seen as auspicious experiences, with those going through them being treated with tender care. The blue beings are thought to be activated beings with great potential for healing and upgrading our cellular structures. They appear in moments of extreme awakening, activating a physical Kundalini awakening and deep cellular and DNA healing. Many people glamorize the awakening process. However, in reality, it's much messier and more difficult than most of us believe. We must first let go of what we think we know for sure and how we make sense of the world. This isn't easy. The awakening process, even when it's spontaneous, takes a considerable amount of time to integrate. And awakening without integration can leave us feeling very ungrounded. If you're in the midst of awakening, the process never ends. Treat this time as deeply sacred and give yourself ample space to ground and integrate the extreme changes you're going through. Starseed activation. Place the card on the portal of your heart and whisper the following. I allow myself to surrender to the awakening process that's right for me. I take things slowly and integrate my experience each and every day. I allow myself to surrender to the awakening process that's right for me. I take things slowly and integrate my experience each and every day. I allow myself to surrender to the awakening process that's right for me. I take things slowly and integrate my experiences each and every day. The blue flame. All right, I'm feeling a call for another card from the Starseed Oracle deck. Activated awakenings. I feel like most of us are in the integration period, though. And we got whale and orca elders. So the whale is coming up again. Share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep. The whale and orchid elders are benevolent cosmic beings here to anchor a frequency of love onto the planet. To harmonize it with their song as they weave around the oceans, they do so much more than any of us know. Their physical presence affects Earth's magnetic field, and their harmonics call us to wake up and remember our own soul's song. Looking into the eye of a whale is something you'll never forget. Whales see into your very being, and in an instant you're changed forever. They see beyond the physical, the woundings, the identity, the personality, the story. They see right into your soul. If you pull this card, you're being called to surrender to your deepest truth and share it with potency, to bow to who you truly are, to stretch your heart wide enough to hold it all, to leave your fears, doubts, and baggage at the door, to question any part of that doesn't feel good enough. The whale and orchid elders want you to give others the privilege of seeing who you truly are, and for you to see the same in other beings. To drop your hang-ups and personality flaws and get busy revealing the unique note your soul came here to sing. Allow the song that echoes in the 4 chambers of your heart to emanate in all 4 directions. Peel back the layers of suffering and pain and reveal to others your soul's true song, and endeavor to see the soul of all those you meet. Starseed Soul Inquiry. How are you being called to share your soul's unique song? So it's integration time. We got to use our strength to integrate everything that we've learned. And the integration process can be at your own speed. So take time with it. And once you've integrated a little bit, Spirit will give you more to learn, more to tap into. And pull another color card. What card are we closing with? What color are we closing with? Little Bo Pink and Heartbreaker. So get sassy with it. Get sassy with your integration. Evening Slipper was underneath that. Go out with yourself. Hidden Sea Glass. These are all magical. Okay. Thanks for being here with me today. Thank you everyone who followed along. Remember, I love you, and we'll see you next time.